Missouri, from the east side. You know, that a couple of videos ago I talked about tax issues with another county. Well, we're here in Lafayette County. We used to live in the west edge of this county. My wife had to commute to a town 38 miles to the south, and I had to commute to a town 33 miles to the west, so it was like right in between. But, you know, some counties being stuck in the Stone Ages with their record keeping, not able to use newfangled technology like telephones or horse and buggy, haven't been able to figure out that we weren't living in that county that whole time, and so they continued to charge us for things for a place we didn't live and things we didn't own. I have to try and straighten that out. Good luck to us, because it seems like being stuck in the dark ages is par for the course with county governments. I might try and grab a burger or something later. Last time we were here, we get to take advantage of that. And, you know, here's downtown Lexington. It's very pretty. Historic. The Civil War battle was fought here right at the beginning of the war. And although every memorial you'll see that's been erected by Confederates, people who celebrate the lost cause, or right-wing Republicans, used to be blue Democrats, that say that the Confederates won every battle, which explains them losing the war. Here, they actually did win the battle, but they didn't get to hold on to Lexington very long after. And the Union was held up in a garrison on a hilltop, and the Confederates won by taking all the hemp bales, you know, marijuana bales, and hiding behind them and firing from behind and creeping up the hill until they could breach the Union's defenses. That was the courthouse we have to go to, or I have to go to. It still has a cannonball lodged in the one of the pillars from that battle. And, you know, with a lot of old towns, a lot of these buildings are not in the best of shape and haven't had any kind of maintenance done to them in probably over 100 years. And so there's a lot of buildings that are in disrepair and actually have fallen, collapsed, and so there's less and less of this beautiful old town. Not what I remember in the 70s, you know, 70s and 80s. And, you know, if a lot of towns continue to allow their culture and history to erode, there will come a day when it won't be worth visiting these towns anymore. That was a shot directly to any Chamber of Horrors types that might be listening. Take stock in what you have and work to maintain and keep it. Here's the courthouse. I guess I can park there. I'm looking for a shady spot, actually. Good luck. You can probably hear my air conditioner going brrr. It is hot. Buildings in this downtown area predate the Civil War. National Trails Road runs through here. Actually, we're on it right now. It's east to west. And I do believe that the Pony Express sort of got its start here in Lexington. Not necessarily that it was started here, but the people who started it, the businessmen, were from here, or one of the businessmen. guess this might be the shadiest spot I could find. Right here. So anyway, let me conduct my business, which I don't have high hopes for, but I gotta look at this memorial over here. Pretty nice. Pretty high tech. Here's that Pony Express I was talking about. See, northwest across this intersection is the original site of the home office of Russell, Majors, and Waddell, owners and operators of the Pony Express. Though operating headquarters was at Leavenworth, Kansas, and the eastern terminus at St. Joseph, Missouri, the home office was in Lexington, as well as the homes of William B. Waddell and William H. Russell. Liberty statues. The Boy Scouts did this. Let's see if I can read the... The Boy Scouts of America, 1951. I don't know if this camera can show it with a wide angle lens, but there's a cannonball. Battle of Lexington, September 18th, 1920, 1861. Begun in 1847, the county's third courthouse is the oldest remaining in use in Missouri. The early portion with its column portico remains unchanged except for the modern lighting, heating, and office equipment. The office wing on the east side was begun in 1854 as a one-story building. Afterwards, second story was added. In 1939, it was connected to the main courthouse, providing new vaults and offices. During the Battle of Lexington, September 18th, 20th, 1861, cannonball struck the east column and remains in place. The cupola was part of the original construction, but the clock was installed in 1886 by Lexington citizens. Alright, let's go inside and try our luck. First floor collector. I think that's where I need to go. It's a regulator clock. Here's our stop. Lafayette County is really on the ball. I mean, they gave us exactly what we needed. I don't know if it'll be enough for the dum-dums in Jackson County. I mean, they're expecting a lot. I think they're just trying to get money out of people. But Lafayette County is so much better. So I take back any snarkiness that I've said about county governments. I think it's just certain county governments. I don't know. Well, I'm here, so I might see if I can walk around a bit and maybe have a burger. Was good. All right, we're heading back now. That's City Hall right there. I think they're redoing it. Been doing so for, seems like a couple of years now. It's a lot of really old houses, antebellum houses, if you are familiar with the phrase. It's pre-Civil War, and there's a lot of houses that need some TLC, but you can get them cheap enough. Very pretty town. And, you know, I had to go eat at the Maid-Rite. To go straight, you'd be the Civil War battle site, and it's I believe it's a Missouri State Park, Department of Natural Resources. You can take a walking tour of the old battlements, which are essentially trenches on the top of the hillside where the Union soldiers will hold up. Missouri in the early part of the Civil War was an undecided state. They were voting on whether to join the Union or stay in the Union or join the Confederacy. And the governor, I believe, was pro-Confederacy, and the legislature was pro-Union. And Union troops quickly moved in, and of course they secured the Missouri River, and Lexington was a river port. And Confederates were hoping to invade Missouri from, I believe, Arkansas, and capture the capital of Missouri, and then make Missouri a Confederate state. But they didn't quite make it to Jeff City, so they decided to get a victory if they could, break the Union blockade of the Missouri River, and they captured Lexington. I believe Lexington had pro-Confederate sympathies at the time, but they weren't able to hold on to Lexington, so it was a victory, but not a long-lasting one. Ultimately, Confederates kept trying to take Missouri out of the Union, and the war in Missouri and Kansas became more or less a guerrilla war on the western border. People like William Quantrill and the Missouri Bushwhackers, and then the Jayhawkers from the pro-Union side. And there's a movie called Ride with the Devil. It's a pretty decent movie, and it was shot in parts of it in Lawrence, Kansas, and around Missouri. And anyway, on the way back, I've decided to take National Old Trails Road back, which here is 224, and it's a very pretty route, and it's very enjoyable to drive. It would be nice if a train would come along too. That's wishing too much. But anyway,